Genesis 45, verses 4 through 8 says this. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "Come close to me." When they had done so, he said, "I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt. And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. For 2 years now, there has been famine in the land, and for the next 5 years, there will be no plowing and reaping. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So then it was not you who sent me here, but God. He made me father to Pharaoh, lord of his entire household, and ruler of all Egypt." When we experience heartbreak and rejection, it's often undeserved. And sometimes we don't even see it coming. Then suddenly we are at the lowest point in our lives, feeling hurt, vulnerable, and alone. In Genesis chapter 39, Joseph was hurt and betrayed by his brothers, but God provided Joseph with an opportunity to lead the people who enslaved him, and he saved thousands of people's lives in the process, including his brothers. Every painful experience from his past prepared him for his purpose because God was always with him. Sometimes God's redirection causes pain. This does not mean that he wants us to experience hurt. This does not mean that he wants us to experience rejection. But those things come, they can be side effects of living in a world that is trying to pull us away from God, not closer to him. Rejection can lead to God's redirection. When we allow God to redirect us, we may be able to look back one day and see all the goodness God brought from the redirection we've experienced. Today, you may feel rejected or heartbroken, but when you choose to seek the Heavenly Father, God can use this season in your life as an opportunity to draw closer to his plans and his purposes. Think about that today. Redirection sometimes is painful, but allow God to redirect you. Allow God to be in control. Redirection can sometimes be protection. Redirection can be preparation to save lives, not just your own life, but the lives of many, just like Joseph here in this story in Genesis. Think about that today. We live in a world where we want to be loved on. We live in a world of likes and shares. We live in a world where we compare ourselves to people. And sometimes when rejection comes, we don't know how to handle that. But today, I encourage you to allow God to redirect you. If there's rejection somewhere, look for the opportunity in the open door that God is opening for you. Go through the process. Joseph went through a lot in Genesis. His brothers sold him into slavery. He was accused of sleeping with Pharaoh's wife. There's so many things that happened, but he achieved favor in his situation. And he was set up to save the lives of thousands and thousands of people, including the people that sold him into slavery, his own blood. So think about that today. Don't say, "I can't believe my mama did that to me. I can't believe my daddy did. I can't believe my wife, my husband, my sister stabbed me in the back." Think about it in this way. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. And at the end of the story, at the end of the chapter, we see where Joseph was put in a place where he was able to serve God and to save not only his family, but the families of thousands and thousands of people. Think about that today. Allow God to redirect you.